The silence is a living thing. It presses down on me, a suffocating blanket woven from the absence of her laughter, her voice, her very being. 19 years. 19 years of sunshine and scraped knees, of whispered secrets and shared dreams, of a love so profound it redefined my existence. 19 years, a lifetime compressed into a fleeting moment in the grand tapestry of time. And now that lifetime is over. My baby is gone. The words feel foreign, jagged, like shards of glass cutting into my soul. Gone. How can she be gone? Just yesterday, it seems, what were we doing? The details blur, yet the feeling is sharp, agonizingly present. We were living, we were breathing, we were together, and now there's just silence. A silence so profound it screams in my ears, a constant, deafening reminder of the vibrant life that has been extinguished. Each breath is a struggle, a laborious effort against the crushing weight of grief. My lungs ache, my heart throbs with a pain so intense it steals my breath. It's a physical wound, raw and gaping, tearing at the very core of my being. They say time heals all wounds, but right now, time feels like a cruel joke. How can time heal this? How can anything ever fill this void, this gaping hole in my heart? I knew intellectually that this day could come. We all know, somewhere deep down, that loss is an inevitable part of the human experience. It's the shadow that dances at the edge of our joy, the whisper in the quiet moments that reminds us of our mortality. But knowing and experiencing are two vastly different realms. Knowing is a concept, an abstract idea. Experiencing is a visceral, gut-wrenching reality. Nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared me for this moment, for this crushing, all-consuming grief. If you've ever loved someone with the fierce, unwavering love of a parent, a love that transcends words and logic, a love that intertwines your very being with theirs, then you understand. You understand the hollowness, the disbelief, the sheer impossibility of it all. You know the feeling of having your heart ripped from your chest, leaving behind a raw, bleeding wound that refuses to heal. You know the way the world keeps spinning, oblivious to the cataclysmic event that has shattered your world into a million pieces. And if you haven't experienced this kind of loss, if you haven't felt the icy grip of grief tighten around your heart, I pray you never have to. I pray that you are spared this agonizing pain, this unbearable weight. But please, stay with me, because this isn't just my story. It's a universal story. It's a story about love in its purest, most vulnerable form. It's about the inevitable pain of loss, the agonizing process of grief, and the enduring power of memory. It's about the heartbreaking yet beautiful truth that love transcends even death. It's about the resilience of the human spirit, the ability to find light in the darkest of times, the strength to carry on even when your heart is broken. Loss. It's a word that hangs heavy in the air, a constant reminder of our mortality. It's a word that we often avoid, a word that we push to the back of our minds, hoping that if we don't acknowledge it, it won't touch us. We live our lives in a state of willful denial, pretending that loss is something that happens to other people, not to us. We build our lives on a foundation of love and connection, on the belief that the people we love will always be there. The thought of that foundation crumbling, of the pillars of our lives being ripped away, is too terrifying to contemplate. But when it happens, as it inevitably does, the world stops. Not literally, of course. The sun still rises, the seasons still change, people still go about their daily lives. But for you, everything just stands still. You're frozen in a moment of profound shock and disbelief, trapped in a reality you can't comprehend. The world around you continues its relentless march forward, but you're stuck in a time warp, a frozen moment of agony. That's where I am right now, stuck in the agonizing in between, the liminal space between what was and what will never be again. The memories are vivid, the love is palpable, yet the physical presence is gone, leaving an emptiness that echoes in every corner of my being. It's like reaching for something that's always been there, only to find empty space where you expected to feel their touch. Grieve. It's not an emotion you can simply turn on and off. It's not something you can control or manage. It's an unwelcome guest, an intruder that barges into your life, takes over, and refuses to leave. It doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't politely knock on your door. It just crashes in, wrapping its icy grip around you like an unshakable storm, threatening to consume you entirely. It's a force of nature, a tempestuous sea of emotions that threatens to drown you in its depths. My daughter, God even saying was instead of is, feels like a betrayal, a denial of the vibrant, living presence that she is, that she will always be in my heart. And it's like admitting that a part of me has died too, that a piece of my soul has been ripped away. She was my everything. From the moment I held her in my arms, that tiny, perfect human being, I knew my world had irrevocably changed. A love like that, a mother's love, is something you can't explain unless you've experienced it. It's a bond that's forged in the very depths of your soul, a connection that transcends the physical realm. It's a love that's both fierce and tender, protective and nurturing, a love that's woven into the very fabric of your being. She had this way of making everything brighter, of illuminating even the darkest corners of my life. Her laughter was infectious, a melody that filled our home with joy, a sound that I would give anything to hear again. Her hugs were like coming home, a safe haven in a chaotic world. They were warm and comforting, a tangible expression of her love. Her presence was a constant, a source of strength and comfort, something I never in my wildest nightmares imagined I'd have to live without. She was the anchor that kept me grounded, the sunshine that warmed my soul. But life, as it so often does, has a cruel and capricious way of taking the people we love the most, leaving us grappling with the why and the what if. It's a cosmic joke, a cruel twist of fate that seems utterly unfair. It's like the universe is testing us, pushing us to the limits of our endurance, asking us to bear the unbearable. It's a test that no one can truly pass, a burden that no one should have to carry. I remember the first time she called me Mom. The way her little face lit up, the pure, unadulterated joy in her voice. It was a moment etched in my heart, a precious memory I cling to now, a beacon of light in the darkness of my grief. I remember the way she held my hand when she was scared, the implicit trust in her touch, the unspoken understanding that I would always be there to protect her. I remember the way she'd curl up next to me on the couch, even as a teenager, pretending she was too old for cuddles, but secretly relishing the closeness, the comfort of our shared presence. She said she always felt safest with me, that my presence was a comfort to her. Those words echo in my mind now, a bittersweet reminder of the bond we shared. And now, she's just gone. Reduced to memories, to photographs, to the lingering scent of her perfume that I desperately try to preserve, clinging to the remnants of her presence like a lifeline. It's like trying to hold on to smoke, grasping at something that's no longer there. Grief is not just an emotion. It's not simply sadness. It's so much more complex, so much more profound. It's physical. It's the constant lump in your throat that won't go away, the tightness in your chest that makes it hard to breathe, the knot in your stomach that twists and turns with every wave of sorrow. It's the exhaustion that weighs down your limbs, the bone-deep weariness that no amount of sleep can alleviate. It's the constant feeling of being on edge, of waiting for the next wave of grief to crash down on you. It's the moments, fleeting moments, when you forget for just a second, when you slip back into the illusion that she's still here, that she's just in the other room, that you'll see her smile again, hear her laughter, feel her touch. And then reality slams into you like a truck, the full force of the loss crashing down on you again and again, each wave of grief more intense than the last. It's a relentless cycle of hope and despair, a constant reminder of what you've lost. Studies have shown that deep grief, the kind of grief that comes with losing a child, a parent, a spouse, activates the same regions in the brain as physical pain. That's why it feels like your heart is literally breaking, because in a way it is. A part of your heart, a vital organ of your emotional being, has been ripped away, leaving a gaping wound that refuses to heal. The pain is real, tangible, a physical manifestation of the emotional trauma you're experiencing. It's not just a feeling. It's a physical ache that permeates your entire being. People, well-meaning people, always say time heals all wounds. It's a platitude, a comforting phrase meant to ease the pain, to offer a glimmer of hope in the darkness. But does it really? Does time truly heal? Or do we just learn how to live with the wound, how to carry the pain, how to adapt to a life forever changed? Do we just become experts at masking the agony, at putting on a brave face for the world while inside we're still screaming, still reeling from the loss? Do we simply become numb, learning to live with the absence, the void that will never be filled? How do you move forward when a part of you is missing, when a piece of your soul has been taken away? How do you laugh again, truly laugh, without feeling a pang of guilt, a sense of betrayal, as if you're somehow dishonoring the memory of the person you've lost? How do you say goodbye? How do you accept the finality of death when every fiber of your being is screaming for just one more moment, just one more hug, just one more conversation? How do you rebuild your life when the foundation upon which it was built has been shattered, when the cornerstone of your existence has been taken away? How do you find joy in a world that no longer holds the person you love, the person who made your world brighter, the person who gave your life meaning? How do you navigate a world that feels empty, a world that's been stripped of its color, its vibrancy, its very essence? These are the questions that haunt me, the questions that I grapple with every single day. And here's the thing. I thought I was strong. I thought I'd be able to handle this, to navigate the treacherous waters of grief. I'd faced loss before, experienced the sting of sorrow. I'd known the pain of saying goodbye, the ache of absence. But nothing, absolutely nothing, prepares you for the death of your child. It's a loss that defies comprehension, a pain that cuts deeper than any other. It's a wound that never truly heals, a scar that you carry with you for the rest of your life. Nothing prepares you for waking up in the morning and realizing with a fresh wave of agony that she's not coming back, that you'll never hear her voice again, never see her smile, never feel her touch. That's when the real grief begins, the long, arduous journey of learning to live in a world that no longer has her in it. It's a journey filled with tears and heartache, with moments of despair and fleeting moments of hope. It's a journey that no one wants to take, but a journey that we must all face eventually. I want to share something deeply personal with you, a moment I hold close to my heart, a memory I replay over and over in my mind, a precious gem in the treasure trove of my memories. The night before she passed, she held my hand, her eyes filled with a depth of love and understanding that belied her young age. She looked at me, really looked at me, and whispered, "Mom, you gave me the best life. I love you." Those words, so simple yet so profound, are etched into my soul, a testament to the love we shared. And I told her I loved her too, with every fiber of my being, with every breath in my body, with a love that transcended time and space. That I would always love her, unconditionally, eternally. I just never, in my wildest dreams, thought those would be our last words. I never imagined that the next day she would be gone, leaving me with nothing but memories and a heart shattered into a million pieces. The weight of regret is almost unbearable. The what-ifs and should-haves play on repeat in my mind, torturing me with their endless possibilities. Did I do enough? Did I tell her often enough how much I loved her? Did she know, truly know, how much she meant to me? How much she was the center of my universe? And if there's a heaven, if there's an afterlife, is she looking down on me now? Is she at peace? Is she waiting for me? These questions plague me. These doubts haunt me. These regrets weigh me down. Losing someone you love, especially a child, changes you forever. It's a transformative experience, a crucible that forges you into a different person. You're never the same person you were before. The innocence is gone, replaced by a hard-earned wisdom, a deep understanding of the fragility of life, the fleeting nature of happiness. The world looks different, tinged with a melancholic hue, a constant reminder of what you've lost. The laughter doesn't sound quite as joyous. The sunshine doesn't feel quite as warm. The beauty of the world is muted, dimmed by the shadow of grief. But if there's one thing I've learned through this agonizing experience, it's that love doesn't die with them. Love transcends the physical realm. It doesn't just disappear, vanish into thin air. Love stays. It lingers in the little things. The smell of their favorite perfume that still clings to their clothes, the songs they used to sing that suddenly play on the radio, the inside jokes that no one else understands, the memories that flicker like fireflies in the darkness. It's in the way the sun catches a certain way, reminding you of her smile, the way a bird sings a familiar tune, echoing her laughter. And maybe, just maybe, that's how we keep them alive. Not in body, but in spirit. In the stories we tell, the anecdotes we share, the laughter we remember. In the memories we cherish, the photographs we hold dear, the keepsakes we treasure. In the love that never fades, the bond that death cannot break, we carry them with us, always in the deepest recesses of our hearts, They become a part of our very being, woven into the fabric of our souls, an integral part of who we are. So to anyone who's grieving right now, to anyone who's experienced the excruciating pain of loss, whether it's the loss of a child, a parent, a spouse, a friend, a sibling, or even a beloved pet, I want you to know this. You are not alone. Your pain is real. Your grief is valid. Your love is real. And though it may not feel like it now, in the midst of the storm, in the depths of despair, you will find a way to navigate this darkness. You will find a way to carry them with you, to honor their memory, to live a life that would make them proud. It may not be the life you envisioned, it may not be the life you wanted, but it will be a life that's lived, a life that's filled with love and remembrance. Because love doesn't end when life does. Love is eternal. Love is the light that shines through the darkness. Love is the bridge that connects us to those we've lost. Love is the enduring power that keeps their spirit alive within us. Love is the anchor that keeps us grounded, the strength that helps us to carry on. Tell me, if you could say one more thing to someone you've lost, what would it be? What words would you whisper to them across the veil? Drop it in the comments below. Let's share our stories, our memories, our love. Let's keep their memory alive. Together, let's create a tapestry of love and remembrance, a testament to the enduring power of the human heart, a beacon of hope in the face of despair. Let's support each other, comfort each other, and remind each other that even in the face of unimaginable loss, love prevails, love endures, love transcends. And to my darling daughter, if you can hear me, know this. My love for you is eternal. It knows no bounds, no limits. You will forever be my everything. And though my heart aches with your absence, I will carry your love with me always. I will live my life in a way that honors your memory, a way that reflects the light and love you brought into the world. Until we meet again, my sweet girl, rest in peace. You are forever loved. You are forever missed. You are forever a part of me.